Okay, I just watched like an hour or so ago live the Cryptic Studios Star Trek Online stream that they do with the devs. That it's a dev stream. I've seen about two or three of these now, and this one was it was pretty bad. So first off, let me pull this up. I'm sharing the wrong thing here. Okay, there we go. I want to share this. So I don't understand. If you see the screen here, let me make it full screen. Okay, why do these people have pronouns? I thought we were done with this idiocy. They just look like total idiots with this. Like I don't understand this. This is Star Trek Online. The devs with this crap. So I want to start off about STO in general. I played it, I think, from launch off and on. I never really I take breaks from it. Is the best way to put it. It's an okay game. It's not bad, but there's just a lot of bullshit you have to deal with, and then like these people do not exist. I'm going to get into them in a minute here about these people just do not exude confidence, or I don't have much faith in the game going in the future. But put it that way, I think it's been around. It's been around a while now. I think it was the 16th anniversary, if I remember right. I think the last one was the 16th. Um, so after the last X Pack, this game kind of went downhill a bit because then they started making. It seems like the entire focus of this game is just a huge cash grab to get you to buy these extremely overpriced ships that there's not much really to do with. That's the problem with this. That's the biggest problem with this game. They crank out some episodes here and there, and then they got an event. That's about it. Now all of the other stuff, the TFOs, all the old stuff, they're okay. They're not terribly bad, but they took away a lot of good shit in this game. Like there used to be a Borg raid, an actual raid that took at least got a couple of hours, and it was awesome. They took that out a while ago. I don't know why. They took out the Foundry. The Foundry is where you could actually go and make your own missions. I asked them in there. They don't answer me. They only answer fluff questions. By the way, this was supposed to be a Q&A stream. I asked my question 3 times, and I could not get an answer. I don't know what to say. The stuff they were answering was fluff. That's the best way to put it. Fluff questions. And then the guy at the end here, Jeremy, gets pissy about my question. Going, oh, I see people asking the same question and all this. I just want to come on with my pronouns and show you the little map I made. Why are you asking tough questions? Take your tough question to Discord where nobody will answer it. This is the people running Star Trek here. Okay, if I was running this, all 4 of these people would be gone instantly. I'd institute. Shouldn't have to institute it, but the pronoun, it just makes them the pronoun. They just look like idiots. They look like outdated idiots. Nobody uses that shit anymore. They just look stupid. And then when you listen to them on here, the guy Thomas up there at the top, he seems really like he's going on about risk and they're scared and all this, and I'm like, what are we doing here? Huh? We're just playing it safe with episodes and our little events that take little to no effort. We'll just throw out an episode here, and appease the people. Captain Kirk, Star Trek 6. If you want to sit in that chair, risk is part of the game. Do I need to say more at this point? What are we so terrified of? I'm gonna go through all of this shit here because these people were just. I don't know if I could watch this anymore. They're just. They seem defeated. They seem like it seems like all they want to talk about is buying those overpriced ships, which you can get in the game for free, by the way, if you just play through their monthly event thing, that's how I got most of my ships. The last ship I bought was years ago. And that was because, get this. So, well, I can't really fault this new studio, but back in the day when you would hit level cap, you had to buy a ship. You didn't have they didn't give you a level cap ship. You had to buy one. So you're paying, I can't remember what it was. I think it was $40 or $50 for the base game. And then when you hit level cap, you got to buy a ship, which is then was somewhat reasonable. But they just got carried away, man. All of these ships now are $80 to $90 and higher. And I'm going to show you some real fucked up shit here soon. Don't worry about that. We'll get to my biggest gripe here now, or what my issue is here. Okay. Okay. So this you see this saucer on this ship. I was trying to change this out because I mean it's the old school Enterprise, which is fine, but I just wanted to see how this saucer would look on it. As you can see below, it says total cost $17,500. So their Zen, which is their money, 1,000 Zen is $10, and I have to buy 17,500 worth. This is just for the saucer, mind you. I'm not trying to buy the entire ship. They won't sell me the saucer at a reasonable price. They expect me to pay, close to $100 for that thing. I don't know, it could be less, but it's still that hole or that saucer, I think reasonably priced would be $5 at best. Not what they're trying to do here. And I asked this question 3 times in there. Do they think it's reasonable? And like I told you earlier, the guy got pissy about it because they just want to talk about stupid bullshit that nobody gives a fuck about on that stream. I don't know why they do that stream. It's stupid. Oh, look at us. We're dancing on Deep Space Nine with our pronouns. Woohoo. It's like, well, what the fuck are you doing here? All right. So let's talk about what I would buy. Well, if I was to spend money on here, they'd have to sell me an X pack where I could do playable board, which has been a long time issue with players. The only way you can get, well, it's not even a Borg. You're just like a liberated Borg, as if you buy the lifetime, and that's like $200, and that's not even a Borg. It just gives you Borg attachments basically on whatever. It's stupid. Like I don't know. I don't understand these people. It's just, but I would buy an X pack with playable Borg, and then they would have to have a Borg territory that's pure PvP, and have the Borg Civil War in there, where it's the liberated Borg and the Federation and Klingons fighting them combined. That would be awesome. I don't think they'll do it. The other thing is, why in the hell has there never been a Borg invasion on Deep Space Nine or Earth Space Dock, just as an event, just as a random in-game event for fun? Think about how fun that would be. You're at the auction, and here's the Borg shooting the place up, and you got to fight them off. And then if your ship's outside, there's Borg cubes out there, and you got to fight them. No, can't do that. God forbid. We got to focus everything on buying those overpriced ships. Buy the ships. No, you can get them in game. And like I said, there's nothing I really want to buy other than an X pack with playable Borg at this point. I just don't understand that. So now we're gonna go. I want to talk about the issues with the factions here. So we'll start off with the Romulans. The Romulans are forced to be Starfleet / Klingon. You can't be a Romulan because of the storyline, but it's been a while now. So why can't we? They have new Romulans. You mean to tell me they haven't built up by now so they can be their own thing? We're still stuck to being tied to Starfleet and Klingons. We can't be there. They can't be a separate faction. See, that's the problem. There's no real other faction than Starfleet and Klingons, because no matter what you make, they're tied to Starfleet and Klingon. And the other thing is, why in the hell, even after all this time, I still can't beat Tal Shiar? What is that stupid shit? Why wasn't that a third option? See, there's so much cool stuff they could do with this game, but God, they're so lazy. All they do is crank out episodes and then complain about how everything is so hard and risky and all of this. That doesn't show me confidence and competency in what you're doing. That tells me you're lazy and stupid. That's what I get. All right, let's go to the Jem'Hadar now. So the Jem'Hadar storyline is that they're trying to be free. And then once you do, guess what? Guess what you have to do? You have to join Starfleet or the Klingons. You defeat the whole purpose of the story. I still can't believe they did that. It's like, here's a Jem'Hadar, and we're going to give you this patriotic, like freedom theme, but it's not, because you're forced to join Starfleet or the Klingons. And then the poor Klingons. The Klingons in this game they've been screwed. Like, a lot of them have left. I remember back then. I can't remember something happened with the Klingons a while ago where they lost like I don't know, like just they I'd say probably 50 to 60% of the Klingons. I wish I could remember what happened. Something it was something that really set them off. So there went the Klingons, or the large majority of them, I should say. They just got screwed. They were supposed to be the PvP. I hardly log into my Klingon, and you know the sad thing is about the Klingons, you can't actually be. I mean, you're Klingon in name. You know, like I can't go take my Klingon ship and go and hunt down, Federation or Romulans or just have fights with them, which is what they do. That's what they do on the show. They're all about warfare and taking over everything. You can't do it on here. It's just it's that still depresses me when I think about that. Um, the other thing here is, so my main's a Ferengi, and I don't understand why. And see, once again, everything is about joining Starfleet or Klingons. Why I can't be a neutral party or a rogue faction that uh, is like a true Ferengi. Like why can't I go do bad business deals and rip people off and then have them come after me? Like actual real Ferengi type stuff, being a Ferengi. Okay, Ferenginar, don't get me started on Ferenginar. I mean that's oh, oh, but I would love to play this game more, like I said, but all it is these episodes, and I log out because there's nothing. All of this other bullshit is from years ago. Nothing really substantial other than the episodes, and then they'll make maybe a TFO, which is what they think is a raid, but it's not. It's just like another small episode. They used to have real raids in this game, but they took them out. I don't know why. This is what I mean. Like, they just defeat the whole purpose of Star Trek. Why should I go and buy ships when there's just fuck all to do? Can you explain that to me? I'm better off just playing the monthly content and getting the ship for free until you put the other ones in there and then leaving again. See, this is the problem. You got incompetent people, it seems, who are just, oh, yeah, it's a lot of risk, and we don't know if this is going to pay off in the long term, and all of this stuff, and oh, we're just terrified to do anything. Risk equals reward. But what can I tell you? I just none of this stuff that I want in this game. I don't think it'll ever happen. I think the game has just been turned over to a greedy company who just wants nothing but you to buy ships that just sit at space dock. That's all it is. And the only reason I play my alt is because I got that free anniversary token to get a ship. But then I go to change it around, and you're trying to hit me up for, 80 to $100 to go do this. That's freaking saucers should not be tied to having to buy the whole ship. It should be like Foundry. Well, I don't know if Okay, I'll explain what Foundry is. They used to have this thing called the Foundry, and you could make your own missions. It was awesome. But they just got rid of that a while ago. I don't know, maybe because people were making too many good missions and making these idiots look like shit. I don't know. But they got rid of it. We still don't have it back. I don't know if we'll ever get it back. That I was interested in. I was making kick-ass missions and stuff to do because they sure as hell don't want to fucking do it. They just want to throw out. They just want to keep doing what they're doing, playing it safe. Apparently, that's what I got out of that. Anyways, that's my Star Trek Online rant. The future of this game, I think, is just going to be continuing more of the same. They don't want to take the risk, like the guy was crying about, and they're trying to milk this. That's. I mean, you got a cow with bright red nipples. That's the best explanation of STO as it is. I don't have faith in those people. They're just now the other guy that was the CEO when it first came out. He might actually do something, but that remains to be seen. But for now, I'm just I'll just log in here and there, and there's episodes, or I might play through on the alt to live stream it when I play, through the older stuff. But other than that, that's it. I'll log in when there's an episode, play it, log out. I don't know. I don't know why they're so cash grabby about those goddamn ships. What do I need a ship? I've got nice ships. I can't do anything with them now other than the episodes. Lazy, stupid people with pronouns. That's what I see. Pretty sad. Thanks for watching. Bye.